to Dwayne Casey.
Did the championship belong to Casey?
Listen,
Was that the year?
I just said.
Oh, okay. No.
Oh, Bacchanal.
And you're being very disrespectful. Yeah. Welcome to B-Ball and Bacchanal. Yours truly, Dr. J, the Soca Prince, along with Patrice Forum, MD. Whoa.
Oh, Bacchanal.
No. The way you talking like Golden State win last year?
Smarties.
When you say he came up big,
Smarties.
you're insinuating that.
Oh, Bacchanal.
5 of those years belong to Dwayne Casey.
Did the championship belong to Casey?
Listen,
Was that the year?
I just said.
Oh,
just
okay.
said 5 of them
No.
years.
Oh, Bacchanal.
And you're being very disrespectful. Yeah, welcome to B-Ball and Bacchanal. Yours truly, Dr. J, the Soca Prince, along with Patrice Forum, MD. Whoa.
Oh, Bacchanal.
No. The way you talking like Golden State win last year?
Smarties.
When you say he came up big,
Smarties.
you're insinuating that.
Oh, Bacchanal.
5 of those years belong to Dwayne Casey.
Did the championship belong to Casey?
Listen,
Was that the year?
I just said.
Oh,
I just
okay.
said 5 of them
No.
years.
Oh, Bacchanal.
And you're being very disrespectful. Yeah, welcome to B-Ball and Bacchanal. Yours truly, Dr. J, the Soca Prince, along with Patrice Forum, MD. Whoa.
Oh, Bacchanal.
No. The way you talking like Golden State win last year?
Smarties.
When you say he came up big,
Smarties.
you're insinuating that.
Oh, Bacchanal.
5 of those years belong to Dwayne Casey.
Did the championship belong to Casey?
Listen,
Was that the year?
I just said.
Oh,
I just
okay.
said 5 of them
No.
years.
Oh, Bacchanal.
And you're being very disrespectful. Yeah, welcome to B-Ball and Bacchanal. Yours truly, Dr. J, the Soca Prince, along with Patrice Forum, MD. Whoa.
Oh, Bacchanal.
No. The way you talking like Golden State win last year?
Smarties.
When you say he came up big,
Smarties.
you're insinuating that.
Oh, Bacchanal.
5 of those years belong to Dwayne Casey.
Did the championship belong to Casey?
Listen,
Was that the year?
I just said.
Oh,
I just
okay.
said 5
No.
of them years.
Oh, Bacchanal.
And you're being very disrespectful. Yeah, welcome to B-Ball and Bacchanal. Yours truly, Dr. J, the Soca Prince, along with Patrice Forum, MD. Whoa.
Oh, Bacchanal.
No. The way you talking like Golden State win last year?
Smarties.
When you say he came up big,
Smarties.
you're insinuating that.
Oh, Bacchanal.
5 of those years belong to Dwayne Casey.
Did the championship belong to Casey?
Listen,
Was that the year?
I just said.
Oh,
I just
okay.
said 5 of them
No.
years.
Oh, Bacchanal.
And you're being very disrespectful. Yeah, welcome to B-Ball and Bacchanal. Yours truly, Dr. J, the Soca Prince, along with Patrice Forum, MD. Whoa.
Oh, Bacchanal.
No. The way you talking like Golden State win last year?
Smarties.
When you say he came up big,
Smarties.
you're insinuating that.
Oh, Bacchanal.
5 of those years belong to Dwayne Casey.
Did the championship belong to Casey?
Listen,
Was that the year?
I just said.
Oh,
I just
okay.
said 5 of them
No.
years.
Oh, Bacchanal.
And you're being very disrespectful. Yeah, welcome to B-Ball and Bacchanal. Yours truly, Dr. J, the Soca Prince, along with Patrice Forum, MD. Whoa.
Oh, Bacchanal.
No. The way you talking like Golden State win last year?
Smarties.
When you say he came up big,
Smarties.
you're insinuating that.
Oh, Bacchanal.
5 of those years belong to Dwayne Casey.
Did the championship belong to Casey?
Listen,
Was that the year?
I just said.
Oh,
I just
okay.
said 5
No.
of them years.
Oh, Bacchanal.
And you're being very disrespectful. Yeah, welcome to B-Ball and Bacchanal. Yours truly, Dr. J, the Soca Prince, along with Patrice Forum, MD. Whoa. Peanut gallery when
You're
we're
a big
live. here,
soccer
fam.
guy. This man put on government boots. What are you doing? Bar time, fam. Call the bird. Bring some drinks. I'm parched. Yo, go score some cutters, man.
You
Something.
see, you're very disrespectful.
How you figure?
And Chetty's disrespectful too because if it was Rakesh Rankaran, he would have danced to that though. Right?
Waving roti skin?
Yeah, you would have waved some roti skin, but if it's government boots, you have a problem. You see? Both are disrespectful. Don't like it.
We're good.
We're live now? Like, we're live again, or we were always live?
We're always live.
You could edit all those little parts? Alright, good. Thanks.
Episode 7, B-Ball and Bacchanal. Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. This is the brand new starting point, right? Because hopefully by the time you see this again, things splice out. But
Chop up.
Yeah, chop up.
Like chop Chinese food. Quick story.
What do you know about? Okay, go.
So, my father, apologize. Let me go with this first.
Okay.
Welcome to episode 7 of B-Ball and Bacchanal. I am half of your host panel here. Patrice, former MD. Whoa, long time.
Yours truly, Dr. J. Aye. There we go. Big up to the fact checker and audio engineer, DJ Smarties.
DJ Dalan
Oh,
Rice.
Bacchanal.
If all you see Smarties on the road, make sure you call him that. If anybody calls Smarties Dalan Rice on the road, Smarties go stop. He go pull out the iPhone 3 and take your information. I giving you a Chetty's hot sauce. Courtesy of me. Courtesy of Chetty's hot sauce. You understand? Smarties, pull out the iPhone 3 and take the information. Dalan Rice. I just saying.
It's sounding a little racial, you know, the fact you called him Dalan Rice.
Jay, it's 3 years we call the fella Dalan Rice.
I know,
You
but
gonna
we're
change
in
that?
a sensitive time. Dalan Rice?
Alright. You know, I was going to say something. Let me leave that alone because I want to get, I want to go in the barbershop in the morning and I have protests on outside.
Right, cool.
Pet all kind of thing. You understand what I mean?
Big up Dalan Rice.
Alright.
Story time.
True story. We had a place, and listen, this is back in the 80s audience, so I just telling a story. Alright? This is not my take on it or my views or B-Ball and Bacchanal views on this. This is the 80s. Trinidadian family, Trinidadian father. Living in Toronto for 20-something years, refused to lose his accent. They have a place down on Lapsey called Chop Chinese food.
Okay, yeah.
And you know Trinidadians say Chinese, right?
Yeah.
So they call the place Chop Chinese food. You get takeout. And you know we're sitting there, we ain't getting takeout too often, eh?
Right.
It's maybe once a month, once every 2 months, whatever the case may be. So you get the big brown bag, and they put the bill on the thing and they staple it, you know what I mean? So my father come home with the bag, and he open the bag, and he say, hold on, this not the right order? I calling this man now. He had in the money bag, he pick up the phone and he call. He say, hey, Chop, come down here. Dad, the guy's name is not Chop. He does not know who you are, Dad. This is not Trinidad. This is not Trinidad.
Right.
You understand? Dad, the fella name is not Chop. And I guarantee you, you know what kind of food we get?
A special wonton soup?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright.
You understand?
It tastes good though.
From what I can remember, yes.
Yeah.
30 years ago, yes, the food is tasting good.
Yeah.
Big up Chop Chinese food, no longer there. I believe it was replaced by Mr. Burger, you know. Remember Mr. Burger?
Of course, Mr. Burger was the greatest.
It was not the greatest. I
It
just
was
asked
the
if you
greatest.
remember.
It was the greatest.
So you telling me Mr. Burger is the best burger you ever eaten in your life?
Yes. At that point in time in my life, yes.
all right.
Yes.
At the ripe old age of 9.
So, story time. I went to Vegas with some brethren, and at that time, my concept of top tier seafood and top tier steak is Red Lobster and keg. You understand? Because again, you now coming up in the thing,
Yeah.
this is what you know,
That's how we get in.
right?
Yeah.
This is what you get to.
Yeah.
That is best steak. Ruth Chris would have been the top, and the keg was like the regular, right?
Right.
And these guys were like, nah, Jay, you gotta go Jacobs, you gotta try a Harbor, you gotta try, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try a Highs.
Yeah.
But in those days, you thinking a steak is a steak. It come out sizzling and thing on the plate.
Say beef.
You like them kind of vibes, you know what I mean?
Say beef.
So, yes, when I was, 10, Mr. Burger was the greatest.
Right.
Greatest. Yeah. And sometimes if you get a little extra allowance, a little extra change,
Yeah. You get onion rings?
done. Or you ever had those hot hamburgers?
Nah.
You ever seen those? It's like they put the piece of bread underneath the burger and just gravy down the line. Wicked. But again, that
Just
is
call that your hot hamburger?
hot something. Yeah, hot hamburger I think it's called.
When the last time you had one of them?
When I was 10, yeah.
Alright. Asking for a friend.
Yeah, keep asking now. I mean, I know after today I won't be ordering dal and rice again because I can't be thinking about this fella as I eating, as some dal and rice lashing. It's smart. No, I cannot.
Listen,
But because of Lent, curry fish,
Oh, Bacchanal.
oh,
what kind of fish is curry?
king.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Tastes nice?
very nice.
You making that?
I mean, I could, but no, I'm talking when you go to places and like at the roti shops. You have to order that. Yeah,
Alright.
try it.
Nah, at all.
You don't like fish?
I like fish, but you can't curry everything, you understand?
Serious?
Nah. I think I curry shrimp. I curry goat, bad. I curry chicken. You understand?
You have something against curry fish?
Nah, I ain't into that. I know big kingfish man, you understand? I was in Trinidad, everybody want kingfish and all
So
kind of thing.
what kind of fish you like?
Sea bass.
Oh, you're one of them.
Sea bass, all those
Choose one of them.
Whatever.
You're one of them.
Whatever.
Okay. When I hear people talking sea bass, right? You go to them, like, pronounce with the H. Expensive restaurant on them, right? I bet you like miso cod and thing too. You want to curry that? You want to curry a little cod?
You know Costco has sea bass here?
Of course they do. They have everything.
Alright.
That don't mean it's not pricey.
And that's expensive?
You could go get crab legs at Costco.
How much your sneakers
$300 for a bag.
How much your sneakers cost?
The sneakers I have on right now?
Yeah.
Nothing because I'm barefoot.
That was for this. Alright, listen.
All right, we balling back now. We back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
off topic. You understand? Alright, listen. Coming down to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Coming down to the end. Golden State.
You're coming down to the end, you say, right?
Real people have goal.
I listen. Go on. You're coming down to the end. Go on.
I can finish?
You could.
Real people have Golden State to win the NBA championship this year. They're talking back to back. As far as I see, Golden State can't win any road. So even if it's a 7-game series, you gotta win at least one on the road. Because you can't believe in your mind you're winning 4 straight at home.
Right.
How you feel Golden State going up?
Yeah, I think when I was looking up the stats, it's 29-7 at home, 7-29 on the road. Right. I think the last time they're 7th. Smarties, you could fact check. I believe they're 7th. Right. So when you really check it, yeah, they're 7th. Half a game up on OKC, a game on Minnesota,
Listen to that, eh?
a game on the Lakers, a game on Utah, a game and a half on New Orleans. So that's 7-12.
Half a game on OKC.
And then you have Portland, who's about 3 games behind.
Yeah.
Right? So when you watch that now,
Yeah.
you have to understand that if Golden State does not go on a winning streak, because they're only half a game behind of Dallas in 6, right? And 2 games behind the Clippers.
Race tight, boy.
2.5 behind Phoenix. Phoenix is in 4th. So if they don't pick up some wins on the road and make some space, how much games are left in the season?
About 14.
Right?
13, 14. Yeah.
So if you really watch this now, if they do not have home court, it's problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because Wiggins has been out for a minute. It don't look like he coming back.
So what going on with Wiggins? Where you here, boy?
I mean, I've been seeing different things online, but I don't know what's true. Unless I see Woj, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk the man thing.
Alright. So my thing is, if you go outside and you see smoke coming from a building, what do you think?
There's probably some fire.
How you only pump it?
No, because I was going to say it could be exhaust. Like, I've seen it in some factories where there's a lot of
I'm
smoke
talking
and it's
about
carbon
house and
monoxide.
you're talking
and
about
thing.
factory.
I mean, I
You're
just
talking-
thinking out loud. You know what I mean?
You're talking like you're on Tap Scott and the
It could
clever,
be,
you're
it could
talking
be, it could be,
factory.
it could be. You know what I
That's
mean?
it. And the thing is, the way the fella leave a month ago, it was kind of quiet, you understand?
It was, yeah.
And I kind of feel, go say, wasting money on Jordan Poole, boy.
I mean, from that cough he gets, it could still be a concussion. You know? He could be hearing ringing in his ears. You know? He gets a dread cough, you know that.
Listen, if I drink 1 Green, every time I come out the shower, I only... You gotta watch it. Because I feel the man go give him a little sneak attack, you know what I mean?
No, I don't think so. If there was going to be a retaliation, it would happen by now. I feel that, and again, like, it must play with your mental, bro. Think about it. If you and I had an altercation, and it is on video, right? TMC have it.
World to see, everybody to see.
Caribbean camera post or share post a clip. Well, I was just saying for our community, right? So share. I didn't bring up contrast. I say share or Caribbean camera. You remember contrast? You don't remember that.
Listen.
So my point is, if they have
contrast and bring it back now,
if they have a clip of me cuffing you, right? I don't. What's so funny about that? So it wouldn't have been funny if I say you cuff me then.
I like how this going.
Right? And imagine we had to sit here and do this show after everybody done see you get knocked out.
No, but listen.
Or I get knocked, like, Dan, how?
No, but it's from October, and you were this your coworker until June.
Dan, that is, listen, so for me, anyway, my point is, Jordan Poole, like, you had I don't know, he's under some real mental pressure right now because you now had to perform. There's no, Gary Payton Jr. didn't start to play yet. He's still injured, no?
Smarty, yeah.
All right. So, and you trade away to get him, right? Wiggins is out.
Wiseman
gone. So your bench is depleted. You now had to go deal with Klay Thompson trash talking when you losing. You're making more pressure for Poole now.
To a man from Mississauga, Burnham Top.
You understand?
How this smart?
He let Burnham Top get in the head, right?
Here, Ontario.
Carling view all in his mindset. So all that going on.
Yeah.
And obviously he's always been a streaky shooter.
Yeah.
But now I'm supposed to be good and looking for pass with this man who cuffed me and knocked me out. So every time you pass to me, if it's a little too fast, I can't let it hit me on my chin, you know. You have a weak chin already. So that all that stuff going through your head.
Yeah.
How?
But the fellow was playing all right for the first half of the season. I know what happened.
Well, now, this is what I'm saying. More, this is going to sound bad, but more load is on him, right? Like, he going through a lot more because the bench is gone.
Yeah, he got to step up.
But
Jay, you talking, listen, and if you look at the video, he was talking reckless. That's why Draymond had to touch him up, you know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
You know he get any money.
For sure.
So you get your money now it's time to perform.
Yeah.
You understand? And if I like performing, man send me a text there, I think in January. He said, Patrice boy, I see you on the show, you're talking about Klay Thompson. Klay was here in your talk. Klay dropped 40-something the other night. Klay Thompson back. Klay playing good offense.
Yeah.
But it's not the same Klay we see on defense.
No.
That done.
Yeah.
That done.
Yeah.
That done. Because all the talking, you can't let this fella from bottom talk to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he hitting trees.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Dylan Brooks will shoot how I used to shoot in grade 8. You know what I mean? You can't reach all the way to the basket. So you leg up wide, and you know what I mean?
Right.
I know real form like a Michael Jordan form, you know what I mean? You can't let no grade 8 man scoring point in your soul, you know what I mean? I just say it. And the man coming into the arena all kind of shirt off, all kind of Stone Cold Steve Austin thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But no, you know, but I feel like as much as, right, I get the whole Klay, you know, vibe, but he isn't the same person. He's taking it personal when people bring up that you're not the same, right? Because he had a whole thing against, I think it was Charles Barkley had said something.
Yeah.
And he come back and say, well, you know, I had this surgery. Of course I'm not, but I took it personal, right?
Yeah.
So I get that everybody wants this, like, chalkboard material. Like, I get it, right? You want this bulletin board material. But if you're not winning on the road and these guys are giving you licks, how are you on the bench 2, 3, 4 weeks? Like, come on. It's getting old, Dan. The first time you did it?
Yeah, it was like, all right.
Okay, cool. I'll give you the blind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like if a fella's outperforming me fet wise and I bring it up, yeah, but I sold out Farmstead. Like, oh gosh, like let that rest now.
Yeah.
Long time come on. Obviously, that's not as long ago, but I just saying like, just give it a rest. And I feel like with him, he's holding on to that, and fellas like Poole and everybody else had to pay the price because you're absolutely right. Clay Thompson.
Pull only said.
Yeah, I get one. But no, but Clay, like his calling card was being the defender on that team,
the best two-way player on that team.
right?
Yeah.
And you're right. He can't. He lost a step. He can't do that.
And the thing, the fella could still score, but what made Clay all world, the fella could play both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
You understand
you're
me?
right, you're right.
He was a lockdown perimeter defender, and that gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He don't trust in it, and I mean I can't blame the fella.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
know?
It's true.
And the thing is, I remember reading an article. A fella was saying, one of them sportscasters was saying, Golden State had to pay. I think the cap was gonna be something like 300 million.
Oh, the luxury tax, you mean?
Yeah,
300 million?
like in total, everything, contracts and everything over, it would be something like 300 million. You had to pay. Smarties, I you could factor that for me, please.
Wow.
And you look at, as you say, OKC half a game behind. If you ask anybody at home if they could name 5 players in OKC without watching your phone, they can't do it. You understand? And I know OKC payroll had to be in the bottom 3 of the end.
For sure,
You know
for
what
sure.
I mean?
Yeah.
And look what they're doing.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just chemistry. You understand? Steph, I mean, he could only do so much. Steph in and out of the lineups, and you start to see the age starting to wear on the fella.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He arm, he leg, the other day, all kind of thing.
But what do you think it is though? Because if you're a champion, you know anywhere you go, you get in the opposing team's best. Because you are the reigning champions, right?
But not only that, there's a dynasty, period.
Right.
And they're one of the greatest players in the world.
Right.
So it's like playing the Yankees, no matter how bad the Yankees is,
Right.
they bring in the best. The Cowboys, no matter what. You understand?
Right.
But the fella, Steph look young. He's 35 years old.
Wow.
That's older than me is, you understand?
Yeah.
I don't care how he running. That just take a toll.
Right.
When Clay bust his leg against Toronto, they said in the last 5 years before he get injured, he had the most mileage on his legs. And at that time,
Yeah.
our bodies are not made to do what they do in the NBA. North, south, east, west, up and down. You know what I mean? Our bodies are not made to do that.
Yeah.
Look at Lonzo Ball.
I feel sad for the fella boy.
I don't feel sad for the fella.
Nah, man.
Because he home, he leg elevated, his ice.
But no, we hear the surgery. They taking something from a corpse to inject in the knee and all kind of thing,
Give me the surgery he getting,
and give you the contract.
and let me rock back and check my line back here. Let me go Bebo. And I see no more minus. No more dash. It's pretty numbers. You understand? Let me see that.
Right. Until somebody call you and say, "Boy, I want to open a barber shop, you know. You could give me a little thing."
Listen,
Because you know them guys getting hit up for all kind of investment schemes.
how they get into you? True story. I learned something from Amir Johnson from the Raptors.
Okay.
Amir Johnson.
I mean, I don't know if you can call him from the Raptors.
Amir Johnson's cousin was here.
Amir Johnson from the G League. You could-
Amir Johnson at the time was playing for your Toronto Raptors. As the Jamaicans say, the Raptors. The Raptors, right?
okay.
And the cousin was here with him. Big up cuz. I go call his name, you understand? So Amir say he on the road, he and the cousin on the road or whatever, and he see a fella. He say, Amir, what going on? Long time I see you. Say, yeah, boy in the NBA. Listen, I should get him and give you a call. Amir say, yeah, you can take my number. Amir get the fella the cousin number.
Got it. Okay.
Nobody can get to Amir. You understand? That's what let's go. How they get into Alonzo?
I mean, but I'm saying, what if it's his core group of people? Because obviously he has friends from back in the day. He has people he's grown up with. There's probably family. Like, I just look at it like, and we've heard that, right? We've seen, was it Antoine Walker, his sad story about how he lost all this money. He buying his whole crew. Everybody a big whip. You know what I mean?
But
So
we learned that lesson already.
some have. I don't know if everybody has learned that.
Look what LeBron do. LeBron is the blueprint. You know what I mean? He gave all the partners careers and said, listen, this is what you're going to do.
Right.
You understand? Ja need to follow this blueprint.
Right.
Because he going down that road now, you understand? So, I just say, Lonzo, let me know when you find a little piece of ACL for the Cubs. I go take one, eh?
Well, I was reading something where they said 2 people that had this surgery, they was out for like 3-4 years or something. So I don't know. Like his career might be done.
NBA players?
Yeah.
I feel as a Chicago Bulls coach, you know.
How are you gonna say that?
Derrick Rose.
So one other person, it becomes a curse of the whole team.
This is not Tibbs. I say Tibbs running man into the ground. Is not Mr. Tibbs. You understand? Chicago.
Come on, you name one person. Name me somebody else.
The MVP.
Name me one other person.
BJ Armstrong.
Wow.
Jay Williams.
Duke boy.
You see, it's a good thing you have a fact checker. You see?
Duke.
Look at you.
Duke.
You're making all kind of unfounded claims.
Not Mark Pope.
Speaking of NCAA, how your bracket looking?
Bracket, I don't do that a long time. Listen,
You don't do them thing?
about 3 weeks ago, I put Patrick Ewing as Kako of the week.
Yeah.
You know that George Chung, man, eh?
Yeah.
I look at take out that thing, represent Africa, I think, you know what I mean? All kind of Africa there, Jahidi White, Yaya Ja, Bubaka Ow, all kind of thing. Man in the back of his jersey, you just AW, you know, ow. That's that. And rock with me Africa, you know what I mean? How you gonna lose 28 games in a row? If you are the dean of admissions at Georgetown, and you hearing you ain't losing all these games, after 14 in a row, Pat,
We had to sit down and talk.
come and take a seat.
Yeah.
You want coffee?
Yeah, we had to
You want
talk.
coffee mate in that?
After 16, 17.
You want some Splendor in that?
Yeah.
When you get to 21 now, Pat,
Yeah.
let me go for a bite to eat now.
Yeah.
Let me go and get some smoked meat.
By 23. Yeah.
28, J?
Yeah. 28 is a long time.
You think? So no, I did no bracket. And I had the thing on in the barber shop in the background, and I see the first day Virginia lose to Foreman. Where Foreman is?
No clue.
And then first went purple. the uniform part. I say,
Yeah, man. Purdue lose, all kind of things.
Yeah.
It's been pressure, man. Hard luck
Everybody-
for the Canadian.
Warren Buffett have a thing where he giving somebody $1 billion if they win. If the bracket win from front to back. Ain't nobody getting that.
Nah, they said 0 perfect brackets
Yeah,
for me.
zero. That's on the first day. The first day.
Maybe the second.
Smarties on your bracket.
Nah, you
That's
bracket
right.
gone, man.
Yeah. Staying with the West.
Okay.
The race.
What race?
The MVP race.
What about it?
Yeah, Jokic.
Who had Jokic?
In the MVP race.
Who do I have?
You have Jokic.
Oh.
I could finish?
Yeah, I thought you was telling me that you're accusing me of having Jokic. You just saying generally we have Jokic.
You hear me say full stop?
I did not hear you say full stop.
You have Jokic. You have Embiid. What do you think?
I didn't hear you say full stop though.
Full stop.
Thank you. So staying in the West, you kind of set me up because the only fella that I don't feel can win is the fella in the West. I don't see Jokic to win 3 in a row. You have to be exceptional. How many other people won 3 in a row?
Okay. Forget the only one person, Larry Bird. Yeah. Forget the narrative about 3 in a row. Forget that.
Okay.
Forget that. Focus on what's going on today.
See, but I have to focus on it because I'll tell you why. If Jokic's numbers over the past 2 that he won, when you
numbers
compare
this
it to
year-
this year,
The numbers this year even better.
how do you not? If that was good enough, and they're still number 1 in the West, right?
But-
How do you not?
But all they keep comparing this thing to Larry Bird. And
But I think that is why he will get the fight down. I'm saying once you say he was great after year 1, right? He win. Okay, cool. You can't argue that. Year 2, some people are saying it should be Embiid. Other people, remember we had the conversation. You say people don't like Embiid, so people are gonna vote for him. They give it to Jokic back to back.
they didn't give it to him.
He earned it.
Yeah.
Right? But there was an asterisk because some people would have said, well, other people could have won. You come now to year 3. His numbers are better.
Averaging a triple double.
Right?
Plus 21.
and your team is winning. You're
First
number
in the
one.
West. First in the West.
First in the West. Right?
First in the party.
Now you look at Embiid. They're second or third. Giannis
Second in the East.
in the East, right? Giannis is up there. Nobody's really talking Tatum, even though Boston is over.
Now they're on a slide. Boston
Right.
on a slide. Boston on a slide.
So when you look at all of this, but I'm saying that there's a point in which Boston was the clear number one. You're right, they have started to slide, but even when they were winning, nobody was talking Tatum.
Right.
So it's almost like it's become these three: Jokic, Giannis, and Embiid. Embiid is a sexy pick right now because you could say, well, at his size, what he's doing, and Philadelphia, even though they didn't win tonight, they are starting to make that move, right?
Well, they've been making the move.
Correct.
Right.
Giannis, on the other hand, is just so consistently great. It's almost like the LeBron effect, right? Where people were just, they don't want to vote for him because they're just accustomed to what he's doing, right? Against Toronto, this man, 100% field goal, triple-double, like,
Yeah.
right? And I know you're going to say, oh, it's Toronto. Who's guarding him? Right? I understand the argument. I hear you. Whatever.
So who was guarding fella?
Ease me up. So my point is,
Was Pascal?
it could have been
Was
OG.
it? No. It could have been.
It could have been everybody.
Was it his African counterpart? That I want to know.
Listen, by committee, we take picks, right? It's all good. Giannis is amazing at what he does, but I feel it's going to be Embiid's to lose, even though I don't see how you fight down Jokic. Jokic had he has the hardware 2 years in a row, and he's doing better.
So you are Jokic.
No.
My problem with Embiid, the fella does take plays off. You can see it. And you can see it. That's the knock against the fella. Nobody talking about James Harden leading the NBA in assists. James Harden decided to take a step back and say, listen, this is your team. I leave Houston, I couldn't win. I go in Brooklyn, I had to take a step back. I come here, I try to fight up a little bit, but I realize it's your team. Take a step back. He lead the league in assists and he get about 21 points a game. You understand? Philadelphia has been the best team in the NBA since December, they say, right? As much as Embiid playing good, I see some stat, I think you throw up on the group chat there, 39, 45, 40, that's great. But if you watch a full 48 minutes of Philadelphia play, you can see the fella how he just take plays off and thing, you can see it. And that kind of body language would translate to the rest of the team. Which in Denver, you're seeing Jokic. Denver's the only team in the NBA averaging more than 50% from the field.
Okay.
That is a stat you don't see in the NBA at all.
Right.
And I feel because of Jokic averaging something ridiculous, 59, 58% from the field, it's contagious. You understand? This fella's at plus 21 in the field. This ain't hockey. Plus 21?
That's crazy.
When he on the floor? You know what I mean? And when you watch this fella play, people don't like the fella because he ain't sexy. It's like he was built in San Antonio. Like he have that San Antonio finish. You know what I mean? That kind of Tim Duncan, old school, boring kind of. But that ball does move. Everybody on the floor get to touch the ball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they go out to a little sun right now. But if I Denver, I rather take my blows now, because in the next 2 weeks, that's start to ramp up.
So you have Jokic?
Yeah, Jokic.
Oh, okay.
Giannis, I love Giannis, but he missed some games. Nobody talking about Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez playing out Team
Giannis talking about Brook Lopez.
Well,
Giannis come and say how you really, picking MVP.
Yeah.
Right? He don't like how is it the most impactful for the team? Is it this, that? Because he say Brook Lopez, same thing, man. You're right.
Brook Lopez, he check his birth certificate and say, listen, I put in everything and he like. I find these old players do that a lot nowadays, You see a partner, Al Horford. Horford check his birth certificate last year and say, listen here, what? I give it all you everything. You understand? Next year, I know what I'm coming with. I get the bag and that's it. Same thing. Jokic. Everybody keep on using this Boy, the tree, it doesn't matter.
It does though.
No,
It
is
does.
the most valuable player to the team of the regular season.
And you can't argue that he's not.
You can't.
Yeah.
Because last year, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., they both injured. So that's at least subtract 50 points. At least.
Mhm.
This fella had Denver in 4th place.
Right.
It could be me and you on the team.
Mhm.
We looking good, you understand? 4th place here on the team. Everybody healthy to a point because them fellas come in late. You know, they kind of integrate people late. You know what I mean? Jamal Murray coming late this season thing. They 1st place.
Yeah. True.
And the gap was so what I mean, even though they're losing games, they're still up on Sacramento and Memphis by 2.5 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You think Sacramento could catch them?
I mean, if you're asking me if they're like a force, is that what you're asking? Is this what you're asking me?
Force or fast?
Is this what you're asking me?
Force or fast? What do you think?
I feel you're fast. You like that? Well played. I mean,
Spell it now.
FASS. I feel like I didn't expect.
FASE? Yeah?
I didn't expect Sacramento to be playing as well as they are.
No.
Right?
No.
I remember when that trade happened. I felt Sacramento should have shipped out Fox and kept Halliburton. I thought Halliburton was going to be the future of Sacramento. I looked at Fox as almost like a Harden type, right? In the sense of you'll put up your numbers, but you're a selfish player. You're not necessarily for the team. When I say Harden, I meant during like the Houston days,
Yeah.
right? Where you're going to get your numbers, but the team don't win. You understand?
Yeah, true.
Like, you know, there's certain players like that where you can get great numbers. You're scoring points per game, you have some assists, but the team is not winning. So when when they made that trade with Indiana and you bring Sabonis, I was like, but Sabonis needs a pass first point guard who could still hit a shot.
Yeah.
So I thought Halliburton would have been that guy.
Yeah.
And then when Halliburton come out and he was like, I thought Sacramento was my home.
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody wants to stay in Sacramento.
Yeah.
So you had a guy who bought in and loved the place.
Yeah.
And you traded him? Nah, boy. Hard luck, Sacramento. But they have gelled.
Yeah.
You have these 2 All-Stars now, right?
Yeah.
And the second,
Yeah.
tied with Memphis right now.
Yeah.
Because Memphis went on a free fall with the whole Ja Morant thing, right?
You find anyone on a free fall?
Well, sorry, I shouldn't say a free fall, but if Ja Morant was there for the past, 8 games or 6 games, whatever it's been, they wouldn't have lost what they lost. I feel like they've won, like, what's their record? Maybe Smarties could tell us.
Smarties over the last 8, what they do? 4-4? 5-3?
They've been over in the last 10 they're 6-4.
Jay, I find
Sacramento's been 8-2.
I find the Grizzlies. Don't get me wrong, Ja is a great basketball player.
Don't do it. Don't say they're better off without Ja. Don't do it.
But even last year,
you
I
go
didn't
get
say
cuffed
better.
down here today, you know.
You promise? You promise? Listen.
You wanna go viral or?
Listen, it's 2 insurance policy again, eh? All they get hit up, listen. Call Canadian Protection Plan, eh? I get 2 insurance, yeah? Because you lashed me and I boxed my head on the concrete. Eh? Oh, God. I can't see. Even my name with it, everything with it. Even last year, Ja was down, he get injured, all kind of thing. Them fellas still play good without Ja.
Yeah.
Because the ballers move. The problem with these fellas, it's kind of like Ja is great. Yes, they play good with Ja. It's like Jokic. Not Jokic. Doncic. Them fellas get the ball, everybody just rock back and watch them, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the ball just stick and the ball will move.
Right.
It's exciting.
Which is similar to what I thought Fox was, right?
Yeah.
He would hold the ball, dribble, and he would get off a good shot, right?
But he had to do that because he had nobody on the team.
There you go.
Different. You know what I mean?
Different now, right?
Right.
But I thought that that's just who he was. So to see how they're playing now, and they have such a nice culture that they're building with the whole beam and shoot the beam, and you watching, like they're happy to play. Sacramento have a vibe.
Yeah.
So when you
50
ask,
cent, 50 going all kind of
right?
thing,
So when you ask about force or farce, I feel they're a force. However, we all know the adage, like we don't know what's gonna happen playoff time. That's a different game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when we go into playoffs, if they get matched up against a Phoenix or a Clippers or a Golden State, even if you have home court, I worry now.
Yeah, Nash.
Right? I worry now. Because when you come down to that,
Yeah.
how do you know if they're ready for that pressure because
Yeah, no.
it's a different thing. It's a different ball of wax.
So they sell at the cowbell in Sacramento.
The cowbell. I never watched them back in those days. What cowbell are you talking about?
Chris, remember the first Aqua Arena? Remember the cowbell kind of thing?
No, bro.
When you start watching basketball,
No,
right?
but Sacramento was never my team. I never liked Chris Webber. I never.
This is the days of Chris Webber, Doug Christie, Peja Stojakovic, all that,
Are you
man.
telling me I must like them?
I asking you if you remember the I see you had to like them.
Okay.
Remember the cowbell?
No,
in
I don't.
Aqua Arena?
Nah.
It was the loudest arena in the NBA, boy.
Because
Man,
everybody
freaking
had
Aqua.
cowbells.
I say everybody. I just ask if you remember the. True story.
Okay.
So my son have a hockey game today. The first day of the playoffs.
Oh, wicked.
Is U9,
Okay.
8 years old. Go into the arena, go sit down in the stands and thing. Real people come in to watch the game. I'll see all kind of grandparents coming with the parents, all kind of thing. The first goal I hear, cookups. You know it's cowbell they had it?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Nice.
I say, boy, the next playoff game Wednesday. I wonder if I could organize a cowbell by Wednesday.
Now you gotta bring a drum.
Nah, they will expect that. It's hockey.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave it at that. Go ahead.
Bring a steel band then.
At all.
You got a little ping in these stands, man.
Oh, we do it.
But yes, so I feel right now Sacramento's a force, but afraid when playoff time they're gonna get exposed, especially against one of these teams with more veterans. How about you? How are you feeling about them?
I think they're real. Sacramento remind me of Utah at the beginning of the season.
Oh,
Remember Utah at the beginning of the season? Utah just built up for all kind of games. But I don't rate them because they kind of stay in the middle there and they screw up all Danny Ainge's plan.
Yeah.
Danny Ainge say, I traded everybody. We go and tank and we get Victor. Then men start winning. Danny Ainge come in the locker room and just show down the clip and say, everybody stop doing it. Everybody go to the nightclub, get tight, smoke all the marijuana you want, lose. You understand?
yeah.
Nah, I don't believe in Sacramento. I don't believe it.
I don't know, man. Coach of the year, you know. You gotta give Mike Brown Coach of the year, you know. You have to. Who else? Don't tell me Thibodeau.
Listen.
Don't tell me Thibodeau, bro.
Listen.
Mike Brown is Coach of the year
You bring up Thibodeau.
because you're a Knicks fan.
Nobody want to see New York in the playoffs right now. Nobody.
Are you serious? Nobody's afraid of the Knicks.
How much Randall have, Smarties?
57.
All right. And the game that?
Is the game
They're
done?
done. They lost.
So he had 50
By 6.
at the end of the third quarter. He get 57, you say, and they lose by 6.
Well, you know what
Come
happened, right?
on, come on, bro.
Come on, right? You know what happened, right?
Well,
They put 3 defenders on the man. They have poor wall on the man, so you can't see the hoop, so you can't see the ring.
but that means you had 2 people open.
So, you know, Randall, listen, tunnel vision, you know. One thing he says is the ring, eh?
One man had 57 and you lose by 6. How?
That's happening.
It does happen where? When Pascal get 52,
Yeah.
Raptors win.
All right. And now what?
So tell me,
Now what Pascal doing?
Tell me who get 57 and lose.
You know. Does happen.
I know Steph Curry get 50 the other day and lose.
Yeah. Against
Right.
who? What did we lose?
Was it OKC? No. It might have been Memphis. Not Memphis. Yeah, Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah, it was Memphis. Yeah.
Memphis, yeah. Memphis, hold on. Memphis 2. Hey,
Who else?
Memphis could possibly play Golden State in the first round, yeah?
Listen, they want that, you know. That is must-see TV.
If
They want that.
Memphis stays second,
Well, they're not. Well, they're tied for second. You're right. Yeah.
but they stay.
Yes. Then they would play who's the 7th seed, but Golden
Which could
State
be-
would have to beat OKC to get the 7th seed.
They could do that.
They could. It's a possibility
that.
because right now they would be home. So you're right. Yeah.
They could do that.
But that's right now, and things could change, right? Because from, as I tell you, from 4 all the way down to 12,
Yeah.
it's what 9.5, 13.
Yeah.
That's not even 4 games separating.
And I feel this is what the NBA need. They had to go back to old school rivalry, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Where that, like this is for years everybody friend
Nicey,
and thing,
nicey,
and
yeah.
boy, they go I go call you after the game, we go lime
It's
halftime
true.
and thing, you know what I mean? The NBA need this, like
So the biggest rivals that I would watch for this, right? You're right about the Memphis
yeah.
and Golden State.
And
If
what
we
they-
get a Phoenix and Dallas,
You think so?
What? You ain't see Doncic and Booker? You remember that?
Yeah. But
And they had all kind of things before when there's that picture, right? I want to put it on a t-shirt. When Doncic's looking up at Booker, so you don't remember that? Booker was sitting there like stone faced, like he thinking about Kendall. He like, oh gosh, boy. I remember before my girl used to brush Bad Bunny. I remember them days, and he had this face. You don't remember that?
Yeah.
And Doncic looking up at the man like, hey, Latino heat.
If he coming back this season,
He has to come back. Come on, fam.
hamstring.
Nah, he coming back, man. All now,
Yeah,
like
come
rest. Right now, it's rest and massage. He coming back, man.
But Jay, them hamstring thing. Listen, that
I understand, but what I'm
that
telling
hamstring
you,
tear off the bone.
it's not torn off no bone. What I'm telling you,
And listen, another thing too. Don't just probably go out there and say, yes, I get Kyrie. You see what going on with them two fellas. They play together. They play about 10 games together.
zero defense.
Hot potato.
Yeah.
You shoot, I shoot, you shoot.
Yeah, and no defense at all.
Don't just
No.
probably say, listen, I'm going to rest, eh? I just see this thing? See this thing? This thing ain't me. You understand? I'm going to rest for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like Kyrie go out there and try to get you back because he a free agent. You know what I mean?
Kyrie, yeah, he is.
You know, and
But right now, what? Memphis is up by 1. 2.5 minutes to go. I guess Dallas, you're talking.
Okay.
Yeah, Kyrie, 28.
Ja play?
Nah, he's on the bench. But Jackson has 26. Adams 20 and 13. So yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Talk to me.
Sorry to change gears a little bit. I know we're supposed to be on track here, but what kind of rehab Ja went to, boy? That drive-through?
Ja who?
Ja Morant.
What do you mean?
When Ja Morant was going to get help
Uh-huh.
in a rehab center
Right.
In Miami.
in Miami,
Right.
he was there for what, an hour?
No,
2 hours?
no.
Jay.
No, he was there every day, man. He was focused, bro.
Every day for how long?
What do you
Jay,
mean?
when they come out and say he's going to get help, I figure that will 3 to 6 weeks, you know what I mean?
Nah, he don't need that.
Jay, I
You don't
drive
need
through. I could take your order. Listen, they sent me here on punishment. Or they could,
You know what's great though?
or they could
about
validate.
Florida have a drive-through liquor store, you know.
Oh, and
Did
you
you
find
know?
that? You're kidding. You find that? You're
It is the
kidding.
greatest thing.
You find that?
You just drive up,
Yeah.
wind down your window. Let me get this. They bring it to the car.
You're kidding.
So maybe he had a drive-through. I don't know.
How you find that?
I mean, recommendations. You know what I mean? Yeah, partners, I tell you, you know.
I know you. So I said, Jay, it's driving through. I know you. You lie. I know you.
How far had I drive? Let me go.
And I know you. You ordered all kind of thing, eh?
Everything.
Can't take your order. All that menu inside there.
Bring all the tequilas you have.
All that the jumbo. All that the big one. The liter. Yeah. I gonna take 8.
So, okay. Let me talk some honest talk, right?
Yeah.
You see this whole thing with Ja. And, you know, I've been seeing a lot of clips online now about the NBA is not the same, right? They showed, there's one that went viral where they said this is a tech in 2023 when Jordan Poole passed the referee the ball, and this was a common foul back in the 90s or the 80s when man cuffing each other, right?
Yeah.
So did you see that thing that Dame Lillard was talking about? It was on a podcast with JJ Redick.
Yeah. So Dame say he ain't like the direction the NBA going.
Right.
And he ain't too sure how much longer he gonna be playing the NBA. Right? So let me be honest. Dame said he ain't like the ring culture. He ain't like the ring chasing thing. So Dame said, I stayed in Portland forever. Which professional sports has changed. The world has changed. People's minds, everything has changed, right? So Dame getting $120 million extension over 2 years. I stay in too.
Right.
Keep your ring. $60 million a year. Smarties, what kind of tax you paying in Portland? Look like me, please.
Yeah, I don't know what Oregon have.
Jay? $120 million.
Yeah.
Right?
But he could get that elsewhere, no?
No, the team that has your rights can pay the most.
Pay the extra,
right?
okay.
So, Joakim Noah said it years ago. When Chicago was Chicago with Derrick Rose, Luol Deng, Joakim Noah, and then the playoffs they playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. They asked Joakim Noah a question. He said, ain't nobody trying to go to Cleveland on vacation? Ain't nothing on Cleveland except for factories and smokestacks. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
LeBron had to leave Cleveland. Nobody was going to Cleveland to be with LeBron, as great as LeBron is. Who went to Poland to be with him?
Right.
You know what I mean? And people say, oh, for years, oh God, ownership had to go and get the fella something. Who they get? Mm-hmm. LaMarcus Aldridge, ride out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? CJ McCullough, gone. Mm-hmm. Who they get?
Yeah, it's tough.
You know
I mean, yeah.
So these fellas listen, I talk to professional athletes all the time. Professional athletes will say, yeah, everybody want to win a ring. But let me be honest. Last year, Golden State win, 29 teams lose. Mm-hmm. It's hard to win a championship in any sport you're in.
Right.
It's real hard.
For sure.
Everything has to align. Let me be honest, you understand? Mm-hmm. So, athletes will always say, get your money today, get what you are worth today. You win, you win. You try your best, but you can't control the point guard, you can't control the shooting guard, you can't control the off court endeavors either.
Right,
you know what I mean? Right. You do the best you could do.
Right.
Hopefully it work out. Dame said, okay, well, I stayed in Portland. Portland said, listen, we own your rights. We can't get anybody else here in Portland. And if we trade you and bring somebody else, them probably will leave too. So we're going to give you the super extra jumbo max.
And just hope that somebody would like to come play or you're able to draft up. But I guess the question is, he's talking about ring culture because the argument, even with LeBron, right? The argument with anything when you're talking, if Charles Barkley talks too much on thing, they saying, yeah, but you don't have a ring, right? Even the WNBA player give him some fatigue, right?
Yeah.
To your phone, have no ring, all kind of things. So
she when that?
It was, do you remember that? It was Kelsey Plum or something, so right? Yeah. So I feel like the ring culture, I understand why some players dig a horrors over it, right? Because now with him, I would argue, I don't know if it really affects Dame that much because he was even on the top 75 players, right? When they had the whole 75th anniversary, and I don't know if he deserves that.
I don't agree with that. No.
Right? No. But they gave him that. So to me, you have gotten certain accomplishments. He is not the one to talk about this ring culture and how it affects, because I feel like he has gotten his just due without having to really prove that he is a consistent winner. He's had moments, and that's what I mean. You've gotten your viral moments. You've gotten on all these highlight shows. You've gotten your props in those ways. But when people are going to talk at the end, this is not something new. They talk rings, right? Whether it's franchises, whether it's players, whether it's coaches, you talk about who has the most championships, right?
Yeah.
So you could have an amazing program. You could develop players great. If you do not have that end goal, that end result, that he admitted in that podcast, of course I want to win. This is what I play for. So if you don't win, then yes, like of course that is the measuring stick.
Yeah.
Right? Because as you said, things have to line up.
Yeah.
Right? Would Toronto have won if we didn't make the trade for Kawhi? Would they have won if we didn't add Marc Gasol? Would they have won if KD didn't get injured? Would they have won if everything lined up perfectly?
Yeah.
Right? It worked out.
Yeah.
Lakers, would they have won if it wasn't in the bubble? Would they have won if Kobe didn't pass? Like there's all these things that you could argue that gives you the momentum.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I watch this thing and I think about what Dane was saying, it's like I get it. Because when somebody wins, the other people will dig a little horrors.
Yeah.
It happens, especially if you watching Jordan Poole, you watching, he might even watch Andrew Wiggins, who played very well for Golden State to win, but he might be thinking in his mind, I'm better than that guy.
Yeah.
I'm better than everybody on that team, not named Curry.
Yeah.
Right? And these guys are getting the parades. These guys are getting the extra endorsement deals. These guys are getting, but this is what I'm saying. Dame is still in that upper echelon that has a shoe that will get all these things. So part of me, I'm like, I don't know if the ring culture affects him per se, but I do understand that there is a ring culture, and that is everything in sports. Football, baseball, it doesn't matter what you play. When it's all said and done, you're getting into the Hall of Fame, and they're going to talk about, what did you win? Right? And if you didn't win a championship, they're going to look at, did you get any scoring records? Were you all NBA? Were you all this, all that? Golden Gloves? They're going to look at these accomplishments.
Yeah.
That's the ring culture. That's what you signed up for, bro.
Now the thing is, does Dame really care about that ring?
I feel
when
so.
you look at Dame don't look at the most emotional. Like, you selling beer, you selling Modelo.
No, I don't agree. I think he cares a lot. But as you said, he also knows that he's not in control of certain things like that. So I feel like he makes the most of what is in front of him. And to me, he excels at that.
There's a fellow who been left off a numerous All-Star team,
Right.
All-Star team. So he
But there's
all
only,
NBA.
like, if you really watch how many people can make the All-Star team.
But if he really that good, he will get it.
Come on. So you're telling me he's not that good of a player?
I mean,
He plays point guard, right?
right? So does Steph
So
Curry.
this is my point. So now you are in the mix with the top point guards in the West, right?
It was Steph, it was James Harden, it was Chris Paul. Who again? Ja Morant, no, he had Ja to deal with. Who again? Kyrie, no. he had to deal
Westbrook
with.
was an MVP. So
Westbrook
like I'm
anytime.
saying, like you're dealing with, and you can't say he's not in that mix.
Yeah.
He's definitely in that mix. But you're dealing with, like, come on, you can't fight that, man.
But who going to Poland to play with the fella?
No, I agree with you. I understand that it's not like a major market team, right?
Yeah.
But I think at some point, and again, I don't know, like, you more talk to the athletes to know. Clearly there's, like, as you said, it's a different time. There's a lot more player empowerment, right? Guys are now talking to each other and saying, yo, because we'll hear these stories after the fact. Well, so-and-so actually tell me come to Chicago with him, you know, or so-and-so tell me come to LA. So I don't know if because he doesn't appear to be that type of networking kind of guy. He don't look like he lineman with all these fellas in the off season.
No.
He look like he on his own beat. He have a family.
Yeah.
This is a job, right?
Yeah.
You come into work, you come in to do this thing. Right? So I feel like I don't know if he's actually trying to sway guys, like if they're all out in the club afterwards and saying, yo, King, like Portland isn't that bad, you know. Like you can just come and do your work. We still look, I have my place in wherever in the off season. Like I don't know if those conversations are happening.
Yeah.
Because it don't
he's
seem.
not saying anything at all.
Right? He don't seem like he's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Right? As Chetty's saying, we don't know what he's saying, if anything, because he might look at it like,
Ring
this
culture.
isn't my job. Right?
The ring culture.
But it is your job.
No, but understand what I'm saying. Because if his argument is he doesn't want people jumping team to team, then it's, you know, it kind of comes across.
How else you get people there then?
No, but I understand what you're saying. But my point is, if you are, right, the best player on your team, people are supposed to gravitate you. You're supposed to make other players better, right? So, to Chetty's point, if his argument is this ring culture and you jump in team to team to team, right? Which, you know, I call it a spade. It looks like a shot at KD. I don't know.
Yeah.
But out of everybody, it's a KD, it's a LeBron, right? Where you go in team to team. As some of the greatest players, you shouldn't have to be the one to move,
Yeah.
right? But they did. So if you look at that,
If LeBron move, why he can't move?
no, but I understand that. But I'm saying he's thinking, I'm from the old school of, I don't move, fam. You move secondary pieces. You don't move the main piece. But in the new NBA, as the head of the team, if you like headed the top of the stage, top of the totem pole, you decide I'm moving the whole totem pole, fam.
And
Right?
how
Because there's
bad
no
you want
loyalty.
to win. How bad you want to win is the question.
There's no loyalty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Compared to before.
Right.
They're loyal to themselves and their brand.
Yeah.
So LeBron is saying, if I want to become the greatest and be looked at on this level, I had to go over here and, yo, you leave so-and-so, you leave Toronto, Bosch, we coming by you over here in Miami, and let we all just line together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're going to make this thing great, and we're all going to figure out how we're going to play together.
Right.
right? He come convince AD. So like all those are the things that are probably upsetting a Dame, because he's that loyal guy who's like, you know what? Secondary pieces you move, and I'm gonna make our team better. But how can you do that when top players are moving team to team to team?
How long has Dame been in the NBA? 10 years at least?
At least, yeah.
Dame, come off the crap now. Open your eyes. Nobody coming.
No, but my point is, his argument is still valid in the sense that this really started with the whole LeBron, right?
I disagree.
So who started it?
KG.
No, but that wasn't a boss. Like, that wasn't the players that did it. This is Danny Ainge that constructed. And
KG came out and said this week he was trying to force a move to the Lakers. He wanted to play with Kobe. You know that? Yeah. KG come out and said this week.
Right.
He was trying to force his way out.
Started out of the way that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He wanted to. He's like, real talk. I want to go and play with Kobe.
Right.
Yeah. It was KG to Boston, Ray Allen to Boston. Chip.
And you create that. Right.
Chip.
But there have been other teams that have made big trades for your team to win. I think it's different when a player comes out or players talk amongst each other, right? Because it's not tampering if it's you talking to me and I talking back to you, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a little different when these guys talk amongst each other and decide, we had to make this happen. And I want to go here, right? You could figure out what you had to do, but I want to go there. So that's what happened with KD. You lose, you end up joining Golden State. You leave there, you and Kyrie say, we want to go Brooklyn. You talk to Harden come join you. Then this, like, everything is all this move, and the cohesion isn't necessarily there.
Yeah.
But they looked at the LeBron move as, if you could do this for your brand, well, I want to win too. So then we talk and figure out how we can make our own team, as opposed to a Masai Ujiri or whoever on the top of these teams saying, we have to construct this, so-and-so's available, let we try and make this trade happen. That to me is different.
If this is a shot at KD, you think KD really care what Dame had to say? Kevin Durant is going down as the top 15 basketball player of all time. You think he care what Dame had to say?
But if he won them without having to leave, do you think he would have been top 10 or top 5?
Jay, your son and my son, 20 years from now, when they on the internet or wherever they go call it in 20 years, when they look at it and they see Kevin Durant is a 3-time champion,
Right.
You think they look all that thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
$60 million a year Dame get. $60 million a year for the next 2 years. We good? Forget your ring. You could go and make all your ring. Go buy people's.
No, but there's other players that
Go
have
buy
gotten
Spence.
those. No, but there's other players that have gotten the max that have forced their way out.
Jay.
Harden had the max and they found a way
Jay,
to trade him.
You hear what I said? Nobody in the NBA is getting $60 million a year. 60.
Right.
60.
So he's the highest player in the league? Curry, I guess.
Curry getting 55.
Okay.
Dame's extension is 2 years, $120 million.
Okay.
No matter nobody in the NBA can say they're getting more money than Dame Lillard. You understand?
I'm trying to think who else.
Your own coach even say Kyrie Irving is the best point guard you ever seen in life.
Chauncey Billups. So he didn't want Chauncey to be the coach anyway, so no love lost there. But I understand what you're saying. I understand the point.
So how bad you really want this ring? He want the ring so bad, he good. He winning.
You take that 60.
He winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ken Norton Jr. from the San Francisco 49ers. Playing in Super Bowl. I think it was against Cincinnati in 88. NFC Championship game, he break your finger. Go to the doctor. They say, well, you can't play on this thing. And he say, I play in Super Bowl in 2 weeks. And they say, the only way you play in the Super Bowl is if you cut off that finger. Eh? He said, doc, cut that off. He said, nah. You take the finger. You never hear about that? That's how bad the fella want to win. Wow. Dame, if you really want to win, go there and poach players, eh?
Yeah.
But you give me 60, you know what I mean? Again, I asked Smarty what kind of tax he paid in Portland. Smarty to get back to bed. What kind of tax
they pay 9% and then they have no tax on sales.
No, not. I'm talking on income.
Income's 9%.
You hear that?
State, right?
State.
Federal tax?
He's also Dame is tied with 3 other players for 7th highest paid.
Highest paid, yeah.
Steph number 1, John Wall number 2.
No, so next year. No,
Next year is
Oh, this is
the extension.
Yeah.
Extension kicks
yeah,
in.
extension kicks in.
His average annual will then change.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 years. Yeah, so
Interesting.
next year kick in. So it's 2 years, 120 million.
Wow.
Where you going?
Listen,
He's
So you
going to the
winning?
bank.
he winning.
He's going to the bank.
You winning?
Yeah.
9% tax?
You know what he could do next year? He could sponsor Big C at Mandarin Buffet. That's what he could do. He could sponsor a buffet trip. You know what I mean? Big C. Yeah, he could sponsor that.
Oh,
Hold on.
Bacchanal.
People still eat Mandarin? The torpedo
I'm sure
shrimp?
somebody does.
The torpedo shrimp?
So you remember that though?
Do you have any torpedo shrimp?
Yeah, bro. Torpedo ship is the greatest, you know. That.
No, you see, you just like to throw this word greatest.
Greatest, you know.
When the last time you got Mandarin?
Don't make me cry here, but yeah, it's when, you know.
You went to their birthday and get the free,
No,
the free
it
thing.
was like we always had to take my grandmother there.
All right,
So
all right,
yeah,
all
we
right,
had to do
all
all that
right,
stuff.
all right.
But anyway, yeah. So I feel like I understand the ring culture thing, but yeah, it's all the sports, man. That's what they play for, right?
Play for the money. Let's be honest, they play for the money.
So you don't think? No, I think certain players care about those accolades. Man.
Very few. LeBron, KD, Jokic, Giannis. It's few.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody else, them fellas, when you see a man playing real garbage 1 year and the next year this man come out, I always
Contract season. Yeah.
say Larry Hughes. Larry Hughes playing Washington a year. Washington or Cleveland? Washington. Larry Hughes playing one set of tata. But I have all the cornrows and corn braids, all kind of thing, you know what I mean? All kind of line up sharp. 1 year he come out and lead the league and say, holy Larry Hughes get. We pull up, oh,
Contract.
yeah. Them fellas can turn it on and off, you understand?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense, man.
Jay,
Kakaola.
it's that time.
All right.
Big C, big up yourself. I ain't say nothing about Mandarin, eh? Man try to put you in the feedback or kind of thing, you understand?
All right. So, Macaco Hole of the Week. I mean, or I guess it's been like 3 weeks. So the story come out. Now, for those now tuning in, right? You may not realize this, but I'm a big Toronto Raptors fan. Like, I just watch all the games. I don't necessarily watch, Sacramento to know about cowbell and thing. I don't.
Yeah.
Not one of those. There's certain guys that are
because
just sit there.
Because you just start watching.
There's certain people that just sit down and like league pass and you're watching all the things, or NFL Red Zone and you watching all the, for people with ADHD, you're watching everything going on at the same time. You like them kind of thing. That's not me. I have my team, watch every game, watch certain plays and see how things map out and thing, right? So I'm watching Raptors against Denver. Raptors up. Alright? Game going down good. I see they call a foul with Purdle. I say that didn't really look like no foul. You know what I mean? And this was a time I was driving somewhere, so I was listening on the radio. And I hear them say, what kind of foul is that? And it's like Paul Jones, right? This guy, like he want to get fired up.
Yeah.
And then I said, wait, Scotty just got a technical. He wasn't even talking to nobody. What did they give Scotty a technical for? Yeah. So when I watched the replay and I see like, this man was literally like mumbling something under his breath, right? Yeah. And the man, Scott Foster, heard him tee up, right? Yeah. Change the whole vibe of the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
End up losing. Yeah. Right?
Ben Taylor was the guy who ejected him.
So, Ben Taylor was at the same one? No, that was a different game.
Scott Foster and then Ben Taylor was Fred.
Okay. So, then the next game, right, is the one with Fred. And I forget who they was playing, but that was the issue with this Ben Taylor fella. Yeah. That's Smarty brought up. Sorry?
It was Clippers. They're playing against.
Clippers. Same kind of vibe. It's close. Third quarter. Some nonsense.
Yeah.
And again, Fred make a little thing. T come out of the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So afterwards now,
Yeah.
Fred come out in a post-game interview. And he's like, listen, I might get fined, but this Ben Taylor cacaho, like he just gone in on him, right? And there's nothing that he said that was wrong, because when you look back at these stats, any tech that he's gotten, I think it's like 5 of the 9 or something like
Ben Taylor.
is Ben Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So he legitimately has a gripe. You know, sometimes players say things and when you look, it's like a Donald Trump fake news thing. Like when you really look at the paper, you say, well, this really didn't happen the way you said it did.
Yeah.
This one actually did.
Yeah.
Right? So the NBA come out, they fine him $35,000
Which I thought was gonna be I thought he was getting at least 100.
because he
Yeah.
went hard, right? 35,000. Then I'm watching this game with Memphis and Miami. Dylan Brooks running after a ball,
Yeah.
couldn't get the ball.
Yeah.
He lean in so,
Yeah.
push the cameraman and just take a chip back towards half court, right? Right?
No call.
No call,
Yeah.
but they fine him 35,000, the same amount. Now, the cameraman's still out. He say he injured his knee, he injured his elbow, he injured his shoulder.
Run back, kick him out of his store.
Right? He fall up like a roti on the ground. That's it, right? So the same $35,000
Yeah.
for Fred VanVleet
Yeah.
talking the truth about this ref,
Yeah.
who clearly have a gripe, and a next fella who just decide he pushed him out for no. When I tell you it was unnecessary. You know, sometimes when people like jump in the crowd, Dan, you know, sometimes when you jump into the crowd, you see a little shoulder, a little thing, or if you're trying to get up, you might push the cool.
Yeah.
Like it was the most like stupid play. Like he literally just lean in, look at him, man. Like you know, like if you see a little you smush the fella, like you just, man just push him out, and the man had the camera timber back, and he didn't even look back to see if he alright, you know.
Yeah, good.
Man just walk back like nothing, like a real bad man kind of vibe, right?
But I'm top boy.
Cool. So I feel like it's Ben Taylor. I only told you that story because I want to relate. To me, the NBA knows that Fred is kind of right. Because if a guy does this basically unprovoked assault on a staff member, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you fine him 35.
Yeah.
And you give Fred 35.
Yeah.
Now, my issue with the NBA and refs in particular is there has to be some type of accountability, right? I don't know any refs personally. Maybe you do.
No.
We could talk. I know my partner Conrad. He's like a ref, but more for like, you know, like the U10, U11, like he does ref some of the high school games and thing. So I'm curious if there is like some type of an association or like a union that has to come back and you get reviewed, right? Because there's certain guys that I look at and I'm like, how are you still a ref, fam? Right? And did you watch that Netflix thing?
Tim Donahue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, there's some real crooked referees out here, King. And you can't tell me that nobody is still,
You think so?
at least a one or two.
No.
A one or two?
No.
A little Bacchanal in the B-ball?
No.
A little Bacchanal in the
Come on,
B-ball.
no.
I'm a little naive, a little gullible.
Yeah, they're doing their job.
If you want a certain point spread or a certain thing to go up for the over, foul. Whoop! Take 2 shots. Whoop! Take 2 more shots.
You ever go by Tim Hortons or that plain bagel and get a whole wheat when you drive away? They do their job. It's accidents.
It just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's one particular person
Yeah.
who keep giving you whole wheat bagels for a plain bagel,
Go to another Tim Hortons.
no, I don't. So I had to go to a different league. No, I'm not going to a different
Stabber
league.
league, yeah?
No,
Shooting stars.
the NBA is supposed to be dealing with these refs because this fella Ben Taylor clearly have a. I don't know if somebody that look like Fred on him. I don't know what going on,
Yeah.
but there's some kind of issue that he have.
And the thing is, him saying that to go get worse.
Of course.
Them referees like gam.
Yes.
They go to the back. They say,
And
"Hey,
right
ref,
after he
I
say
said-"
that, and they find him,
Yeah.
2 days later,
Yeah.
Ben Taylor refereeing, and I'm like, look at these caca holes now.
Adam, if you listen, I know what they're talking about. Eh? I know what you're talking about, Adam. I am pro NBA.
So you're not taking one for the team, or?
You want just tell Adam? Just in case any future endeavors decide to come my way. You know, listen. They pull up all kind of things on people, eh? Listen. Trump going to jail tomorrow, you know? Listen. Trump, come on. Trump, listen, the best defense is offense. Trump say, listen, they locked me up Tuesday, eh? On the protest.
It's true, you know. This man say, by the way,
Just say.
coming on Tuesday, eh? It's true.
Trump says, Stormy Daniels.
Ben Taylor, take some tables and ride out. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, boy.
Oh no!
Hold on, go to the tables, fam.
Apologize. I can't see no tables from here.
Are you trying to rush my forward, bro?
I apologize.
Alright, go through. Your turn.
Listen, I waited. I want to go home and see 1201.
Alright, go through.
I want to see Trump in, what do you call the place? What do you call the place? Mar-a-Lago. Get locked up. So, the greatest NBA player of all time deciding to sell his majority stake in the team, in the franchise, right? Michael Jordan say he want to sell majority stake of the Hornets. So I feel he tired losing, right? So an NBA analyst by the name of Colin Coward come out and say Michael Jordan failed at basketball. He failed at playing for the Wizards and owning the Hornets. Quote unquote. The fella say take Scottie Pippen and Phil Jackson, and this whole Michael mythology is sort of just that. So this is the same fella who lose his job in 2015 from ESPN.
Okay.
By using derogatory statements against Dominican players.
Okay.
Which you know, Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's huge.
Right? I always say Scottie Pippen get drafted by the Seattle Supersonics, right? Now, if the Bulls ain't trade to get Scottie, and Scottie Pippen stayed in Seattle, would Scottie Pippen be one of the top 50 best players of all time? Think about that.
Who was around that time? Kemp? Was he?
Nah, before Kemp.
Who was back in then?
He was late 80s, right?
Detlef Schrempf? Who
Mike-
was the one
nah,
back in them
before
days?
that.
Who
87.
was back in them days?
Michael Cage.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Michael Cage and fellas with the big Jericho and thing, you know what I mean?
Michael Cage,
Them-
Gil.
Yeah.
was that?
Oh, see.
Them fellas ain't developing Scottie Pippen to what he is.
To that
you
degree.
understand?
True.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
Phil Jackson is a specialist of taking teams that are right on the cusp and taking them over. He ain't taking the Orlando Magic and building them up to go and win a championship. you
No.
understand? This fella say, without these two people in the life, Michael Jordan is just that. Colin
Nonsense, yeah.
Coward. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like on Instagram, they were with my partner last night, and we see a fella on top of this ladder, and the fella jump and he do a backflip, and about 4 cars fly down the road, and he had to make sure and miss the last car. You understand? He had to make sure and miss the last car. You need to break the internet.
Right.
This fella doing the same thing. You want to get noticed. ESPN dropped the fella 8 years ago.
Colin Cowdung, call him. That's his new name. Cowdung, about Cowherd.
A big load, a big smelly one. Colin, take tables for me, please. And the thing is,
Oh no!
I get this article in the chat. Nobody else bring this thing. But one person.
Should have been gone more viral than that.
No. But you know who bring it to me?
I wonder who.
If you call him, I'll go whistle. Okay. Listen. You feel Trump really getting arrested tomorrow? This thing juicy, eh?
Colin Cowdung. Just give me the table. I don't want this thing. All of a sudden we have Proud Boys and we comments and thing. I don't want them. I don't want that smoke, bro.
Listen.
I good.
Listen. Cheers.
Cheers.
Colin also just said you can criticize every basketball player ever except for Michael Jordan. That was another statement he made, which is very true.
Listen, anybody can
Wow.
criticize Michael
That's very
Jordan
true.
Nah, people criticize Mike.
all the time. They say Michael
Isaiah. Isaiah's a big critic.
People say everybody, even in the Last Dance, everybody say Michael a real asshole. But they say to get to where you had to be, you had to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it.
So you giving them tables now? Or?
Yeah, tables. Smarties, please. Put it for some tables. You know what I mean?
Oh no! No! 3D! It's over!
Alright, Jay, seriously, you think this fella going to jail tomorrow? Real talk, you think he's going to jail? Or?
I have no opinion.
We are
I know
texting stuff with Daniel, somebody texting stuff.
Listen, I knows nothing. Them kind of thing above my pay grade, you know.
Alright, so
I watch enough of them shows where they have people watching all kind of thing. Nah. I ain't getting
so is it because he used the campaign funds on Stormy?
Yes.
I believe
That's what it is,
that's
right?
the argument.
Because he used the campaign funds to hush she.
Yeah.
Boy.
I'm checking to see if they have it on FanDuel. I want to take a bet on that one.
Hey, I'm with you on that.
What do you think?
So you feel he is getting arrested?
Oh, 100%. I think the New York, they're gonna go for the indictment and they're gonna get it. They're gonna arrest him tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking all kind of fingerprint and thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you understand, like, you know how they always say, like our parents used to tell us coming up in school, like you had to work extra hard.
Yeah.
Because of the color of your skin. You had to outperform.
Yeah,
You had to do this, right? Do you know when they say beyond a shadow of doubt, like for them to get to this point,
Yeah.
if this was anybody else,
Well, look how long it take.
this is my point. Because they
2 years
know
ago, they would've
he is a
taken-
fella that
They had to
have
cross
all
all
kind
the
of
T's.
lawyers.
They had to
They
cross
had
all
to
the
do.
T's
There
and dot
cannot
all
be
the
a
I's.
mistake. They looking at every paper, every line. Because
How-
if there's any technicality,
How you leave the White House and you had top secret box in your house? How you move that out? What do you know? They take it out by accident.
but he the boss.
Was
Who telling you no?
Was the
No,
boss.
but I'm saying at that time,
Yeah.
nobody can tell you no. The people all around him, right? Remember, he was firing people left, right, and center. You know.
But when you moving out the White House, you want listen.
No, but I'm sure those things were moved before
He
that.
accumulated
It wasn't
those
last
files
day.
over time.
It wasn't the last day, bro.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. He moved a stapler from year 2. He take a thing at year 3. This thing was going throughout the whole thing, you know.
A tree hole punch.
Yeah. They take the trio punch. He had all them things.
Okay, listen. That's up door time. Listen.
Yeah.
Alright. So my thing is, you listen. Listen.
Okay,
Listen.
B-ball and Bacchanal. It's been lovely. It's been lovely because I see we going down a lane here.
This is past my bedtime.
Yeah, I don't want to see this final destination where we end up here.
I go be up 12:01. I watching this thing, eh? You know what I mean? I watching this thing. This could be good.
Yeah.
This is must see TV. And I want to see the hair, like when they rock it back and then I want to see which way the hair flying. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Bacchanal boy.
So episode 7 has been nice.
Always.
So when we come back? 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah?
Wait, we gotta find what date is in 2 weeks.
Big up sponsor Chetty's Hot Sauce. Listen,
Oh, April 3rd. All right, bam.
anybody see DJ Dallin Rice on the road, big him up and mention B-Ball and Bacchanal Chetty's Hot Sauce. He go stop, he go back out the iPhone 3 and take your information. And you get free hot sauce. You understand?
And shout outs to Austin Reeves for getting his 1 hour highlight tape posted on NBA.com.
35 points?
We're not talking Austin Reeves. Can we have a show without talking about the Lakers? What's wrong with Smarties fans? We had a very good show, you know. And he had to find a way to sneak in about a Lakers talk. Austin Reeves, bro? Get out of here.
AR-15. They don't call it.
They used to call him that. That was it. They don't want to call him that anymore.
Episode 7,
Indie Books.
Forum MD.
Dr. J, party done. There we go.
Whoa.